Hey everybody, welcome back to Pure Drew Paper Crafts. Today, yes, I have another haul for you. It is quite a big one, so we'll flip through what we can and I'll show you what we can, but I don't want to make this a 40-minute haul video. So let's go ahead and get started and I will show you everything that I bought from scrapbook.com. Alright, we're going to go ahead and talk about a couple of funny, awkward things, or odd things, I guess, maybe not awkward, that I picked up from Scrapbook.com. So over Memorial Day, they had a sale on their paper craft supplies. They had like over 30,000 items that were on sale, and then you also got like 8% off, so that if you did it right, like you bought just enough, then it kind of covered your shipping. But that's the way I'm choosing to look at it, considering I have a pretty big haul here. So the first thing that I went and bought was all of these different distress oxides. So you use these when you are inking like the edges of your paper and stuff. I have a couple in my stash currently, and I learned there is a difference between oxide and ink. If you're going to be doing like inking of edges and like transferring and rubbing, you want the oxide, not the ink. So I think there's one of these colors that I have in the ink and it doesn't work near as well, but I bought all of the different kind of off darker colors that are good for that. So we've got gathered twigs, old paper, ground espresso, tea dye, black soot, brushed corduroy, frayed burlap, lost shadow, vintage photo, antique linen, and walnut stain. So I picked all of those up and we'll see if they ever get used. There's lots of things I would like to do. And I keep adding things to my stash to be able to do them. But there are some things that just have not quite happened yet. I'm also really impatient when it comes to projects. So I also picked up a few tools. So this is a photo corner punch, which I don't do a lot of this. So I make my albums and I don't, that's rude. I don't label where people should put their pictures, which I have definitely found that if you are going to sell it or give it to somebody who's not familiar with what we do for crafting, that would be really helpful. So I bought this punch. So it will, do I have a scrap sheet of paper somewhere? When you punch it, give me a second. I definitely didn't plan this out. Sure, this will work. When you punch it, it is going to give you a photo corner. So I wonder if we can see better on the white side. It's scored here. So if you go to bend this, you can have any color you want of a photo corner, and then you can put this around the edges of your photo mat in your album, and then people just have to slide their pictures in. So this is a tool I've been wanting for quite a while and just have not purchased because I was scared, I guess, of the price, which I shouldn't be. But I went ahead and just finally pulled the plug on it so that I could have it and use it. And this is nice because then you don't have to buy them. You can punch absolutely any color you want, and you could just sit down in an afternoon and have a whole stash of photo corners. And then another tool that I bought is this Tim Holtz. It didn't really matter to me that it was Tim Holtz, but it's a rotary cutter. So I have, oh, of course they taped it. I have a larger one, which I'm not seeing right away here. Oh, yeah, it is. Found it. But I think the one I currently have is for fabric. So rotary cutter on a wheel. Ooh, can you tell I haven't used this in a while? And then you could just, you know, roll it and cut it. But I'm pretty sure this one was for fabric. I went ahead and bought this one, so I'm trying to get together kind of like a travel pack, I guess, of... Oh! Sorry, you're watching me learn to play here. A travel pack for my craft supplies, so we don't have air conditioning in our house, and my craft room is upstairs, which makes it really hot in the summer. So I want to be able to have like a quick bag that I can just grab and have everything in. So I thought this would be a good, just little tool to have, and then just stick it in that bag, and then I've always got one. So this is great for mitering my corners and all the other goods. And then one other tool that I picked up that I'm very excited about, and I just got more excited as I was getting to film this video. This is a die cleaning tool from Dress My Craft. Now, I love their products. I've got several of their bone folders, or not. Oh, there it is. Which their bone folders, this doesn't have the label on it, but it was a Dress My Craft. They have the best tools and the best products. This is fantastic. I use this all the time. I love this one because it's got the rounded edges on it, or you can use the flat edges. But I'm very excited because I thought this was just a cleaning tool, like when you do your intricate dies. So I've been doing like doilies and stuff. When you go to punch these through and clean these out, I don't have too much of a problem like getting my die cuts out of it, but like cleaning this thing is a mess. It takes me forever. I use my little pokey tools, and I sit and I poke every single hole out, and it's just a pain. Like, it makes me not want to use these. So the whole idea with this is you can go ahead and it rolls over it, so it's a little wire brush to clean it out. But they also have a little needle tool, so you can use this to do that poking or to punch your die cut out. Oh, did you see that? That was so slick. So you can do this, and then it, oh, come on, or not. Oh, and then you do the other side, and there's this one. So this is a spatula, so you can lift or punch things out with this too. So it's got double tools on the end as well as the little brush on it. So I'm very excited about this, especially because I've got so many doily dies now, and I use these to layer on my covers. So I'm very excited about that tool. I will let you know how much more I'm in love with it after I use it. And then that's all I did for tools. I did end up picking several dies up though, so I want to talk about some of these dies that I picked up. So I got bamboozled, but these are gift holder decorators. So I didn't look far enough, so remember to always read when you buy things. I thought this was going to be the gift card envelope and the decoration for the front of it. They get you envelope, die sold separately. So I don't have the die to be able to put the gift card in, but these are dies for the snowman, the pumpkin, and the Santa, so you can decorate the outsides. So you can see they come with all of the little pieces there. But I'm sure I can make this die I can make this envelope, which is a little bit of thinking and maneuvering. So I picked up those to do some decorating. I'm sure I could sell these really well at a craft show if I get them together. It'd be a super easy sell and a super easy gift for somebody to just be like, I know what I'm going to do with that. And then a couple of other dies that I bought. I have no border dies whatsoever, and I always am watching craft videos where they put some of these border dies along their pockets or on the edges of their signatures or their pages, and they're super cute. So I picked up this set of 4 from Elizabeth Craft Designs. Flip it over, we can probably see it a little bit better. But just some of those cute little border dies. And then these ones are Scrapbook.com borders. So you can always, punch out the whole thing and cut it in half or to the length that you need. So we've got several different ones there. And then these are tabs. So I don't have any tabs either, and I love when I see videos and people are able to like pull the tab or have a tab on their little flip over where their magnets are. So I wanted to finally get some of these. So I've got tabs and border punches. That was a super like fun little get for me to finally do. And then I have seen several like mason jar albums. And so I wanted to do that. So this is a die from Papertree Ink of the mason jars. So there's 3 different types, and then they've got like the little lids for them, so you can do the jar and the lid. So I'm very excited to try those. I'm not quite sure how I will figure out how to do like a chipboard cover or something on it, but that is a really fun idea that I would like to play with. And then I bought one more set of tabs from Sunny Studio. So those are just super easy little tabs. And then this is a little notebook. So if you wanted to do the notebook and the tabs so that you had like a composition notebook. And then I picked up a couple of other things that were just too cute to resist. So we've got a little bunny die, which I'll throw in my Easter stuff so I can have some bunnies. Sucker for the bunnies. And then if you watched my last haul video, I talked about doing some baking albums, and I just love these little gingerbread where I was like, those are super easy for me to, these are stamps, not dies, but super easy to just go ahead and stamp and color these, and I can make some albums with these, and it would be really good ephemera that's, you know, hand done, or if I wanted to make tags or something, they're so stinking cute, and they remind me of the Dots. Back in the day, these are Creative Expression, but if you remember, I'm talking about the Dots catalog with the stamps. They reminded me of those, and they were too cute. So that gets us through some of like the little odds and ends before we dig into this giant paper haul. I'm so embarrassed at how much I have, and we are 10 minutes through this video right now, at least this haul part. So here we go. I've mentioned before, I'm working on building up my baby stash, and as I was opening this box up to film this video, I had just filmed my other one where I do an actual flip through of this paper. So here we go. I have it twice now, and I talked in that other video about not having ephemera, and we found in the back of this album the last 4 pages are die cut pages. Well, when I ordered this one, I ordered the ephemera. So we've got all the ephemera now to go with this. I'll pull out a couple of these. I'm not gonna pull out very many because I've got paper forever, but now I actually have the ephemera that is a decent size with the 6.5 by 6.5 paper. So we should be good. I'll probably use those die cut pages anyways because it's single-sided paper and you don't have a lot of choices, but if you're gonna use it up. So this is the Kaiser Craft Tiny Miracle. If you want to see an actual flip through of this, I do have it in another video. So that's some of the baby paper that I bought. I also picked up, I've been holding out for a really long time on this, and I finally just did it. The Echo Park Our Baby. So they came out with this. I think this is new this year. Is there a copyright? Yeah. So this is 2023. They came out with Our Baby Boy, and Our Baby Girl. And those of you that are busy crafters know that this has been everywhere. It came out pretty early this year. Kind of when they're done with their Christmas stuff. They don't necessarily hit hard on Valentine's, but they did hit hard on baby. So I bought the 6x6 of the Our Baby, the Baby Boy, and the Baby Girl, which I'll do a quick flip through. 6x6s are easy to flip through. It's the dang collection kits that kill me when I gotta open all that stinking paper and the acetate or whatever that is and mess with that. You know, you would think I'd have this figured out. I sit down and think, how am I going to film this video? And I get it all ready and I make all the stacks, but I don't open anything. One day it will be a flawless, the fastest video you've ever seen for a haul. Alright, so we've got the Our Baby Girl, which I picked up the ephemera for as well. And these are all double-sided. And I'm going to take a stab that all of these are very similar to each other. Just because we're looking at, you know, the same company making the same thing, just changing it up for gender or no gender, whichever route you want to do it, which I bought the Our Baby this time because I did have somebody ask me at a show if I had a gender neutral baby album because they didn't know what the baby was going to be. It was a grandma wanting to buy a baby album and they just didn't know what the baby was yet. So she wanted to be safe and do it with no gender or something that was really neutral. So I thought, hey, they came out with this year. That would be a really easy way to hit the mark for that. These ones, so this is not the same because these are way bigger than what it was in the Our Girl. You get some pretty good size ones there. So that was Our Baby, which I also picked up the ephemera for. So I picked up the 6x6s and the ephemeras. So Our Girl, Our Baby, and Our Boy. So here, let's do this. Pull this girl back out. Let's see how close to these they are. So we've got suns for girls, moons for boys. Nope. Those are pretty much the same. Let's see if I can get them in frame together. Oh, they are in frame together. Yes. So there's a cut apart. That one's not a cut apart. So this one's looking a little bit more like the Our Baby instead of the girl. I just felt like they were going to match, and now they're not. I've been bamboozled. This one looks like it doesn't even have the months in it. Well, now, they did go all crazy and mix these up. So, the boy does not have the months in it, so keep that in mind. The Our Baby Girl does, so does the Our Baby. But the baby boy does not, and it is not in the ephemera either. So, if you're looking for the months, it's not going to be in the boy version. So, keep that in mind. I do know they did a stamp set this year for this, though. So, you could always do the stamps that match this collection and always have the months. And then I did buy one more baby thing. This is a 6x6. I have bought the Paper Rose brand before. They're a little bit different. They're not your typical brand, but this is Paper Rose Boho Nursery. And I just thought it was fun and different. Because who puts an octopus, you know, or a whale in baby paper? So I just thought it, like I said, it was just fun and different. And they usually are. Like this Paper Rose brand, I've done a couple of videos, or I did a video with some of their Christmas stuff. And they're usually very non-traditional. As far as it's not your typical run-of-the-mill colors or your cutesy stuff. So that's why I like it. And they're an Australian brand, so... That's Paper Rose Boho Nursery. This is the 6x6. They usually don't have ephemera, so you gotta kind of get creative. There was that one page that would be a good fussy cutting page that we showed. So that's the last of the baby. And then I kind of went crazy on Christmas, which is usually where I get into trouble anyways, is Christmas and winter. So this collection from Simple Stories came out this last winter, because it's copyright 2022, and I wanted it very badly and just never pulled the plug on it. So here I am doing it. I just gave in. Like I said, this was a very big order that I just caved and bought everything I wanted. It was this order at one point when I was going through the 30,000 pages of craft supplies on the website was at one point like over $1,000, because I just went through and added everything, and that's usually how I shop, was I throw it all in the bin and then take stuff out later. So anything I couldn't live without is what got shipped to my house. But this is Simple Stories. Woo! Moving too fast. Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Winter Woods. And I bought 2 of these 6x8s. I just loved like the little vintage people that were in it. And it is very much winter, not Christmas. So it's a fun, pretty one with some very soft colors in it. But I just love the little people and the muted pastels. So it was a good one. And I picked up, because I did 2 of the paper pads, I picked up the ephemera bits and pieces. And then I also picked up the cardboard, the chipboard clusters, which I don't know about you guys, but every time they ship, they always come bent. So I don't know if that's me or what. But I'm excited to try these because I haven't. So these will be good cover pieces. So that was, like I said, the Simple Vintage Winter Woods. That's all I picked up out of that. And then there's been a couple of out there brands, I guess. Not normal brands. I don't want to say that either. I would say they're not our go-to brands. Like, they're not your Echo Park, Simple Stories brands, at least that usually the people's videos that I'm watching are buying. So I do like to try these other ones. If it's cute and I like it, then I buy it. I don't really care what brand it is. So this is Vicky Butin, whatever. I know she's a designer. I've seen her stuff before as far as her being the designer. I didn't know she had her own brand though. So I found these. I actually stumbled across the ephemera for these before I found the paper, which is kind of something I did, was I found the ephemera and I liked the ephemera, so I bought paper that matched it. So this is her 6x8 Evergreen and Holly. I bought 2 of them. I don't think I'm going to love the paper, but the embellishments and the ephemera is super cute. So We've got evergreen and holly. And these are double-sided, and they also, it feels like we've got the perforation, so you can just, you know, tear these out without having to fight these strips on the top, which usually I don't mind. You know, you cut them and then you use them somewhere else. So in my brain right now, there's nothing super exciting about this paper. There's no cute little critters or people, which is usually what I'm a sucker for. So just very neutral, very plain, in my opinion, paper. But you do get double-sided paper. Here we've got some tags. And this is where, when I found the ephemera, like I said, I really liked it. So this will be just good, you know, base paper that, you know, if you're somebody that actually wants to fill an album, you won't have any problem covering it up. So this is American Crafts. That makes a lot more sense. What am I looking at? 36 sheets, 36 designs, so front and backs. They do repeat those, so there's 2 of those that I picked up, and then this is where I got into trouble, was I found these embellishments. So they have 2 different types of embellishments, and I just loved, like, the gingerbread man, and, like, it looks vintage. And I've said before, I've really gotten into the vintage Christmas, so we can see on the backs of these kind of what's in there. And there's a really cute little snowman right there. Then those houses that were popular a couple years ago. And this is just from last Christmas. This is 2022. So I picked up that with those pieces, knowing I've got 2 sets of embellishments. Probably need 2 sets of paper. And then I have bought this brand before. This is called the Paper Studio. And I have a project in my want to do pile, so I just bought the colored collection. It's nice sometimes to be able to buy those to have them match. They always have I'm trying to read far enough away. There's a paper kit, the embellishment pad, and then the colored cardstock. So they don't necessarily do sorry, I was trying to decide if I was gonna sneeze or not. They don't always do a kit, like a collection kit. They sell these different pieces for this brand, and I actually have the paper kit, the solids, and then the embellishment pad for a different collection from them. So like I said, I have done this before with this brand. Oh, it is a pad. Embellishment pad. Da-da-da. So this, because it's a pad, it's going to be all of these cut aparts. It's not going to be patterned paper necessarily. So it'll be interesting to see how I'm able to make this work with just the solids, because I don't, like I said, I didn't pick up the paper like pad, the kit. So you can see we're already doubling back, so there's a lot in here. So when you buy this brand, you have to be able to commit to what we got going on, because we've got 6 designs and 36 sheets. That means this duplicates 6 times. So it might just be a good one where I'm going to have to do some digging in my stash or find some scraps that will match. But they're really cute. And that was why I bought this, was I just love the snowman and the deer. So that was all I bought from this one. Again, that's the Paper Boutique. And this is the Let It Snow. I think the other one I have is called Snow Buddies. I'm not certain on that though. Okay, I think we're almost through the winter stuff. Oh, I got one more. This was just a cutesy find. It's a Doodlebug, which if you know Doodlebug, it's very cutesy. And I was looking for more of this collection, and I struck out. Why are you not cutting? There we go. Just trying not to cut the paper, because I've done that before, and it makes me angry. So this is this Candy Cane? Yeah, Candy Cane Lane by Doodlebug. So it's a 6x6, so they definitely just shrink their 12x12 down. So it's just tiny prints, but it's very much Doodlebug. If you've seen Doodlebug before, you know that this is their style. But the Santas are cute and the deer are cute. So just one of those things where I decided I had to have it because it was cute. So now we repeat. So Just a cute little fun thing. I'll probably be able to make a quick little 6x6 out of that and be done with it. Don't have any ephemera, so we'll have to get creative. Go ahead. Now I'm getting to the more like odds and ends of things. So this is another Paper Rose collection. This is called Happy Halloween. Come on, fingers. This is Happy Halloween by Paper Rose. So again, just be able to make a cute little 6x6 out of this, which I do. I never really used to like Halloween, but I've gotten into it a lot lately, especially when I can find something cute. It makes it way easier to make a project out of it. So, and like I said, Paper Rose is not your traditional, like, where did these mushrooms come from? I really don't know, but I do really love this one. It's a cute one, and it's very traditional Halloween. So there's that one. We're almost to the end, I promise. I knew this was going to be a long video. It's going to be a big haul. Ooh, I'm ripping paper. No, stop. Definitely just wrote the packaging on that one. Okay. And I've got another Simple Stories here. So this is a new one. This is new this year, 2023. This is Simple Vintage Berry Fields. And I was influenced to buy this. I just need to stop, I don't know, watching YouTube videos. Because then I just find things I'm like, oh, that's cute. I have to have that. So maybe I'll do this with those mason jars. Ooh, idea. So I bought 2 of these 6x8s. I did not buy the 12x12. Been trying to, like, I guess when I buy smaller paper. That's my logic, thinking I'll actually be able to kill a pad. Perfect. Look, mason jars. Done. Sold. I know what I'm going to do. At least make a project out of that. But was definitely influenced to love the strawberries. So I picked up, like I said, the 6x8s, 2 of them. And then we repeat. And then I bought the chipboard clusters. So there's the back of that. You can see what's in there. And the... Oh no, did I buy 2 of the same thing? No. No. Okay. The bits and pieces, which again, I find the ephemera and I like the ephemera and I decide how much I want and then I figure out how much paper I'm going to buy. It's so silly. So that's the bits and pieces. And then they also have the layered bits. So I think these are like pre-layered for you. Or is the back an idea on how to layer it? I don't know. We're going to find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So they're pre-done for you. There's 18 pieces in here. They're pre-done for you. So you don't have to think about how to layer. And then I did buy the actual ephemera. So those are much bigger. So these would be really good as just like tucking in your pockets and walking away and being done. Yep. So decorate with these. Throw these in your pockets on your album. Be done. So again, that's Simple Vintage Berry Fields by Simple Stories. They really need to stop labeling it Simple Vintage. I get why they do it. It's a mouthful. Alright. Here, we'll just do these couple little odd ones. So, Doodlebug got me good again. Had to have some cat stickers because I'm a crazy cat lady. They were just cute. And then, I've mentioned several times, for some sort of baking album, someday, I wanted to have these little baking stickers. Alright, we're getting to the bottom of the box. I can see the bottom. Okay. And then, here we go. Here's the Paper Boutique again. So this is what I was thinking is another like kid or baby album. Something cute for kids. It is 8x8. So it would be very easy to just make a cute little 8x8 album for this. This is called Fun Time Adventures. And you can see on the back the different papers. I'll actually open this one. So I bought this one and I bought the, it's a pad. They're saying it's a pad. Does that mean it'll come out as a pad? Yes. This is not thick paper by any means. This is not cardstock. This is flimsy. So you will definitely have to mat this. But you can see they got the cute little fox, just little critters that are out playing. So I just thought it would be a cute little kids album to make. Like I said, there's just cute critters and that's what always sucks me in. So that's the decorative paper pad. I bought the solid pad as well to just get them to work together and not have to think. Just pull them both out and go. So again, that's the Paper Boutique Fun Time Adventures. And then, oh, it looks like, total little white lie, I did buy, for the Our Baby. See, I didn't dig through the whole box before I started filming. I made sure I bought the 12x12s that had the 1 through 12. So you could always buy the 6x6 and then buy these single sheets to have the 12 months on them. So if you're making a whole first year album for a baby, then you can have all of them. So I bought it for the Our Baby, the girl, and the boy. So even though it wasn't in that 6x6 pad and it wasn't in the ephemera, I will be able to use all of those. So that's another route you could always go, is just buy these single sheets with your 6x6, so then you've got them. And these are a good size. Those are those 2x2s. I put my dang ruler away. Those look like 2x2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they should be 2x2s. Yep. So that's a really good size for a 6x6, is to have those 2x2s there. Okay. And then I am constantly, especially as I've started doing like buying less of certain things, I have been trying to stack. Oh my goodness. To stock my stash with some of these generic prints. So Doodlebug was in those 5 jillion pages on scrapbook.com of having, you can see there's the wood print and the plaid and the polka dots. So I bought this one. This is the Made with Love. I just liked the colors, thought they were really easy to be able to integrate into something else. And this one's the Over the Rainbow. So we've got florals, kind of a graph print, the buffalo check, plaid, whatever we want to call it, the wood grain, and the polka dots. So you can see it's not kind of really, maybe it is in every color. I'd have to open it and find out. But just trying to beef up some of my stash with that one. And then I also picked up this gingham linen. So it's just got the rainbow in there. It's really easy to kind of mix and match when you have to then. Like, you can't always get quite on, sorry, cat hair, quite on to match, but you can get close sometimes. So picked that up so that I could beef up my stash with those. And then lastly, for some odd reason, I bought this Baking Spirits Bright ephemera. So I must have it in my stash somewhere and thought I didn't have the ephemera. But I don't have anything else in this package that matches this collection. So I don't know where my brain was at. Maybe it snuck its way in on accident. I don't know. But the very last thing I bought was one more Paper Rose collection. So they do make the 12x12. This is called Sunflower Garden. I was just a sucker for the sunflowers. But this one is really pretty. So I bought it in the 12x12 and in the 6x6. So I'm going to open the 6x6 and show you what we got. I wish they would just start making these in a pad, but they can do whatever they want. So again, I've got it in the 12x12 and it looks like all of these are what's in here. So I'm not going to open this, but I will move it so we can take a peek. So we've got little tiny baby sunflowers. I have no idea what that is. Weeds, growth. I don't know. But just beautiful, beautiful sunflowers. So yeah, these I would probably pull out of my 12x12 and then just use this backside in my album because these are very small. Like, that's a pretty good size one, but this giant quote one is rough to try to do in a 6x6. So now we're already repeating. So again, this is Sunflower Garden by Paper Rose. I highly encourage that you try this brand at some point. They're a very good brand, especially if you don't like some of the traditional looking things. Like, this is not normally what sunflowers look like when we buy sunflower paper. So just a different brand to go ahead and try. But that is the last of the package. So I just want to say thank you for tuning in, and apologize profusely again for the break. It was not an intentional break whatsoever. It was just a necessary, like, I want my crafting to always be something that brings me joy. I never want to be like forced into crafting, and it felt like for a while that I just had no desire to even start a project. It took me the last 6 months to finish a project. I've been working on the same project since January when I finished my craft shows, and it just didn't happen until recently when I finally was able to kind of get my mojo back, and I'm feeling good. I'm finishing projects. It only took me like 3 days to finish a project recently, so I think we're back for a little bit. I don't know when another break would ever happen again. I'm sure it will at some point, but I really appreciate you coming back and watching my videos after that. So please make sure that you like, comment, subscribe. There should be much more project videos coming, and I've been teasing for the last 1.5 years a tutorial on something, and I think it's actually going to happen. I just have to stop and think in my brain long enough to make it happen, and I think I've got a couple that can actually come to fruition. So make sure, like I was heading down my rant, that you subscribe so you can take a look at those when they come, and I will see you in the next crafty video.